Okay, this is a lot. This is a lot, but grab popcorn and get ready. Um, so I kind of got reported and kind of an accusation. Kind of, I got accused of something I didn't do. So let me tell you how that happened. So months ago, and this is recently, like very very recently. So the names are gonna have to be a little different. So a couple months ago, September, no, January. We'll say it's January. January, wink wink. Um, it's like what? It's the 50th school. Fuck, how was okay? It's the 50th school, right? Shit. How did I start this? Yes, it's 50th school, right? Well, first off, secondary school, context, secondary school. Is English class, ninth period, right? We're talking to the teachers want us to like get into like rows, icebreakers, basic first, second day stuff, right? So we get into icebreakers, right? We talk, and it's like switching every 5 minutes, switch, or every 1 minute, switch on. So, and within the process, I meet this girl. We'll name her shit. Charlotte. Why not? And at first, I didn't notice her at all. I really didn't. Like it was 10 people that I talked to. I really had no recollection of her until later. So 5 days later, I get my schedule changed because I don't like my schedule. It's an ass schedule, so I get it changed, and then long story short, I get it changed back also, right? So I get it changed, and then I'm in this girl's lunch. So we're waiting for the bell, right? The bell's about to ring, and we see these freshmen, and the freshmen first couple days in school, that's like fucking idiots, truthfully. So she's like, "Oh, these damn freshmen." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, right? These freshmen." And then she starts talking to me, and then she's like, "Yeah, aren't you in my English?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Could I have your number?" I'm like, sure, why not? Because we're in the same class. She might need homework, might need help, whatever. Stuff like that, right? So we get talking later. Well, I get a number ninth period. Well, she asked my number ninth period. I give it to her, and then we get talking. Right. Long story short, she likes me. I don't like her. She's kind of like a homie. Not really. At least romantically. So that ends. But no, we're still chill. And then a couple days later, she has a friend. This friend's name, we'll name the friend. Her name's Charlotte. We'll name the friend Samantha. So Samantha, is slowly integrating within our friend group, and our friend group also consists of this kid named Steve. Steve, we call him Steve. And Steve's my first period class, right? So Steve, and also also another thing, I'm recording this at 11 p.m. at night, so bear with me. But so Steve's my first period class, right? And Steve and Charlotte are close friends. And then Charlotte, according to me, from what I heard, Charlotte talked to Steve about me, and Steve's like, oh, he's my first period class. So we get into a little friend group, right? And it's just me, Charlotte, and Steve. And then soon, Samantha comes along. And Charlotte starts adding Samantha to all the group chats, all the, stuff like that. And Samantha slowly moves and follows me on Instagram, right? And Hold on. Chai tea. So yeah, and then we're slowly talking. Like all over Steve's. I forget names now. Steve, Charlotte, Samantha. Okay, yeah. And we're talking, right? And then Samantha has a boyfriend. We'll call him Ray William Johnson. So Samantha has a boyfriend named Ray. Also, let me tell you something about Samantha, right? Samantha, I know all of Samantha's ex-boyfriends and was at least chill with some of them. No, chill with all of them. Like, I was friends with pretty much all of them, and they all said that she was a little crazy, cuckoo. And even, I heard that Samantha called the cops on one of her boyfriends. I don't know. But, like, hey, I'm all about giving people a second chance. You know, maybe that was a long time ago. That was, you know, and also, it's from their mouth. It's not from her mouth. So maybe it's a different story, you know. I'm all about giving people second chances, right? And she's nice to me, so, you know, so there's no beef and no reason to really hate her. She's nice to me, so, like, what's the issue? You'll see how that leads to the downfall, right? So, you know, we're all talking, and then Samantha's boyfriend, Ryan, who also, again, I'm closer to Ryan also. Like, we was chill back then. Like, we was in, like, 4th grade together. So Ryan is, according to Samantha, you know, very toxic, abusive, very, you know, sexual, all that stuff. And me and Charlotte are like, girl, break up with him. She's like, no, I still obsess with him. I still love him. I'm so crazy about him. And we're like, break up. This is crazy. Like, why you... Like, he obviously doesn't want the best for you, so why are you wasting your life on a guy like that? So, eventually, after a couple relapses and, you know, like, they get back together, they don't start talking back. Eventually, according to Samantha, I say according to for a reason, breaks up with Ryan. So, you know, it's all chill, it's fine. Samantha apparently breaks up with Ryan. So Ryan, so Samantha and, so now Samantha, Charlotte, Steve, and me. So, you know, we're chill, right? And Samantha starts talking to me more and more often. And, you know, I'm asking her for, like, girl problems because, you know, I was having girl problems, stuff like that. Yeah. So eventually Samantha asked, hey, which one go to the mall? And I'm like, maybe, sure. So then later I asked Charlotte and Steve, hey, would y'all want to come to the mall? And they're like, yeah, sure. So we pick out a day, and then we go. So how this was go? So actually we go to the mall, right? And it's a good time. It's chill, you know. But the issue being that Samantha's constantly talking about her ex, Ryan, because she's constantly, like I said, still obsessed with Ryan. So I'm like, so me, Steve, and Charlotte are like, you know, you can find better. Why are you constantly still on him, you know? And even like, just so most of it, she's talking about Ryan, and she's talking about couples and how she doesn't want to go to the mall because she's seeing couples holding hands, doing all this, and she doesn't want to see that. And we're like, bro, it's the mall. It's not like, yeah. And then eventually, I leave, and I leave with crazy jackets, like the most nicest jackets. Like I was dreaming about like amazing jackets, right? So I leave with the most nicest jackets. I got a couple of vinyls. I got some boba. Life's good. So apparently that night, Steve texts me, and Steve's like, yo, So I think Samantha likes you, and I'm like, por qué? For qué? Like, how'd you know? Why? What's up? And Steve's like, so after I left, Samantha told Steve and Charlotte that, yo, she likes me. And then I'm like, well, I'm now like, no, I don't like her. I'm like, I don't like her, like, because again, she was talking about Derek. The fuck, she's talking about Ryan. She was constantly talking about Ryan for the entire thing, and how, oh, she can't find someone, she can't do this, she can't blah blah blah, and like technically she uses me kind of as a, if she likes me, she uses me as a leverage to get off my ex-boyfriend, because obviously she's very obsessed with her ex-boyfriend. Like, why you stop all that, but you still look for a guy? And the guy, should I mention, that same guy, me, was talking about was talking about other women who he also liked, So why are you trying to get in the middle of that when I obviously liked other people? Like, she wants to get with me, but I obviously like other people. So why are you putting yourself, like, if I don't like you, I mean, I'm giving every sign that I don't like you, you know? And I'll admit, like, at the mall, I kind of gave her my jacket, but it was only because she said that she was like, what was it, like anemic? And like she got cold really fast, so I kind of felt bad. So I gave her my jacket because I don't want her to freeze and die, you know? And I mean, it was cold. It wasn't that cold, but she has a disease or something that made it cold. So I claim over that. That was on me for that, right? So, I'm like, oh, okay. You know, after Steven told me that, yo, that Samantha likes me, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I don't like her. She's kind of clingy because, should I mention, she's clingy as, like, she constantly texts. Like, she's the type of person, and she has said that, yo, she said, I quote, leaving me undelivered is crazy. No, it's not, because I'm busy. I have stuff to do. Like, what are you, like, she constantly texts me, every moment texts me, and if I go ghost for more than 10 minutes, she's like, where are you, blah, 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 like, relax, like, I would expect her to be clingy, but it comes to a point where it's just annoying how you're clingy. But yeah, I told Steven that, yo, I don't like her, she's clingy, and she's still obsessed with her ex, like, that's, no one wants that, and also, she's ugly, truthfully, yeah, I'm like that to Steven, and Steven's like, I don't tell you, bro. I don't want to tell you this, right? So I tell Charlotte that I don't like Samantha because also, like I mentioned, Charlotte liked me. So yeah, so that's disrespectful to your friend because you're going to like your friend's ex-love interest, and I mean, Charlotte, from what I heard, from what Steve said, that Charlotte doesn't mind that Samantha's going after me, but still, though, it comes to a point where it's kind of disrespectful. Like, that's your homie, but you're going after your homie's, you know, ex-love interest? Like, really? That's what we're doing? But yeah, it's kind of disrespectful, so I'm kind of like, Charlotte, I do not like Samantha. And Charlotte's like, okay, which I mean, yeah, it's kind of random, but still, because Samantha told Charlotte and Steve that, yo, she likes me. No, Samantha told Charlotte and Steve that, yo, she likes me. Yeah, I said, yeah. So I want to kind of clear the air and not cause a beef, because also Samantha's texting me saying that Charlotte's mad or is acting odd. Samantha says Charlotte's acting odd. So I don't know if it's odd because of that or not, but I just want to clear that air. Be like, yo, I'm not trying to steal. I'm not trying to do, no. And last thing we need this year is beef. And beef is what I'm eventually going to get. So we're talking for a couple days, right? And she's constantly wanting to call, and like, I'm like, I don't know. Because again, I just don't like her. Truthfully, I just don't like her. but I constantly feel bad because she's constantly texting and trying to say, can we call? I'm like, no, maybe later. And like, I'm giving it every chance for everything. I'm implying that, I don't like you. Like, it's obvious because first off, I'm being dry. I'm not replying immediately. I'm being nice, but it's like how deep are you gonna pry, Like, it's obvious. And like, she's talking about, and I asked her about, why Charlotte is mad at her. And Samantha's like, well, we'll talk to Samantha tomorrow, right? And I'm trying to pry and find out what it was. But Samantha's kind of like blocking it. Kind of, not blocking it, but kind of hinting at it, but not telling me. But eventually I kind of get on topic of love interest, of people who she likes, kind of. And then Samantha's like, oh, I like this one dude, but he's like this, that. And I'm like, who is it? And then she's like, I can't tell you or else it'll ruin the friendship. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, who is it? Who is it that it will ruin the friendship? And she's like, I can't tell you. So that's indication that, it's me. Because, again, she's describing me also in other texts also. Like, oh, is this dark-skinned dude, all this, yeah. But she's not saying me. She's not saying it's me. The close thing is she said it that, it will ruin the friendship if I tell you, me. Well, Samantha says it will ruin the friendship if she tells me. So I'm like, yeah, it's definitely me. And again, what Steve said, it's pretty much me. And again, why are you going after some, it makes no sense. And she used me as a leverage to get off from a man who she's still obsessed with. It comes to a point, it's disrespectful. And also some other things about Samantha, right? Samantha doesn't have the best history with people at school. Like, she kind of has a reputation for fighting people for dumb reasons, for, again, like I said, getting the cops calling people, a bunch of stuff. She just doesn't look good in the eyes of the school, which, yeah, it's the eyes of the school, but it also comes to a point. Like, apparently, like, she was one time given head on the bottom of the table, well, like under the table, and wanted her friends to look at her. And also, she also had like a racist past, like calling people the N-word and stuff. It comes to it comes to a point, and that's not it. Like, there's a whole much more. Like, no one likes her. Everybody hates her. Like, even people who are chill with everyone hate Samantha. Like, people love Charlotte, but they hate Samantha. It's like, it makes sense because of what shit that Samantha does, but still, it's not no. But yeah, and eventually, I'm trying to think of like, how can I reject her? Well, Samantha, because again, like, Samantha's giving everything besides saying her name. She's hinting at, it's me, but she's not saying her name. So I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? So I'm signing, right? And eventually Samantha finds out that, because I told Steve and told Charlotte. So eventually Samantha finds out. And Samantha's like, oh, I can't believe you done that, yeah. And I'm like, what do I say? Hold on. Bear with me. I say, oh my God, it's Easter canceled. Because again, it's disrespectful. You used me at the leverage you got from your ex-boyfriend, and you have all these allegations of stuff, and it's like, it's not, no. And they're showing you, she's the biggest pick-me ever. She's posting on her story, oh, when was somebody love me? When was somebody, like, it comes to a point where it's just annoying. She's constantly mentioning it, constantly. And again, she's constantly mentioning her ex. But yeah, I say, oh my God, is it Easter yet? Because again, it's disrespectful. And she's like, oh my God, did I mistake you for a nice person? And then she posts on her notes. She posts on her notes, I quote, gang acting like he has game when me liking you was a privilege. I repeat, she says on her notes on Instagram, gang acting like he has game when me liking you was a privilege. And then I reply, being liked by you is a prison sentence in and of itself. Because again, she's only annoying, respectfully. She's annoying. And then she sees that and then she replies, glad your prison stay was short then, huh? And then she says, I legit did nothing wrong to you at all. And I'm like, what do you mean? You wanted me as a leverage to get out from you. It's disrespectful. It's a waste of my time, truthfully. And then she says, another thing, it's like you just have a fear of women. And then she says again, like nobody ever said or did a thing to you, yet you're so rude for no reason. I legit asked you not to speak bad about me, and you caught a attitude like chillax, gang of lame. Okay, and then she posts again on her notes, not my fault you like boys, and then I reply to the glad your prison stay was short then, with yes, I'm so happy that it was short, and then I also apply to the it's like you just have a fear of women with crazy girls, not women, Samantha, crazy girls. And then she posts on her notes again, these small dick men have egos that are way too high. And then I reply to that, rejection hurts, I know, bro, it's okay. And then she says, for nothing but your personality, trust, there isn't much to like. What do you mean there isn't much to like? You like me. What do you mean there isn't much? You was coming on to me and you're acting offended. So obviously you must have liked something. There isn't much to like. She sounds like a guy. She sounds like a guy who got rejected. Like, where's your penis, nigga? Like, you talk about me having, like, where's your penis? Like, there isn't much to like. That's like a guy saying, oh, she's chopped to when to getting rejected. Like, it makes no sense. Who are you, gang? And then I say, rejection hurts, I know, bro, it's okay. And I'm like, wasn't you being clingy as shit to I was saying this to there is much to like comment that she made. I'm saying, wasn't you being clingy as shit? So obviously you enjoyed something. And I say, lastly, I say lastly, honestly, bro, just stop talking. You don't look good, because she doesn't look good. Truthfully, she doesn't look good. She looks like an idiot. And then she gets her boyfriend, Ryan, who I thought that she was done with, kind of stopped talking to, on me. And then, like, even though she said, yo, I stopped talking to him, I stopped doing this, right? So she gets her boyfriend, Ryan, on me. Again, I thought I thought she blocked him. So he says, hey, little bro, the fuck you think you're talking to like that, dead ass? Lack of respect is unreal, to be honest, but that's just me. And I'm like, hi, and I say, hi, Ryan, because it's just stupid. Like, it's stupid. What are you trying to do? And then he says, Frank, enough with the bullshit, dead ass. And I'm like, you realize she was also talking shit about you, right? Because again, she was also talking shit about Ryan, about how much of an asshole he was. And even, just making fun of him, doing all this, exposing all of his secrets, like his penis size, all that, saying all that shit about him. And now she wants him to go against me to defend her. And again, I don't know if this is him or her. Because also, she's possessive, respectfully. She has all of his accounts, all of his account passwords, all that. Everything. And it's just, so I don't know if it's her. Like, I don't know if this is a last ditch effort to try to, like, get something out of me, but I don't know. It's stupid. Because how you talk shit about somebody, but then you get them on me to defend you. It's stupid. And that's exactly why I don't like it, truly. And she proved my point in the long run also. It's stupid. So, that ends. I stopped applying because typically it just goes nowhere. It's going nowhere for any of them. For Samantha, I stopped applying. Then Ryan, I stopped applying because it's stupid. So, a day goes by, right? And then I'm in class, right? And then I hear her talking shit about me behind my because me, Charlotte, and Samantha have night period English together. So we're talking, right? And then she's like, oh my God, guys, I'm so annoying. I'm so blah, blah, blah. And she's being loud on purpose. She's saying, at least I can pull unlike someone. At least you can pull. Wasn't you saying how you wanted... Wasn't you saying how no one loves you? Like, what do you mean? She acts like a guy. She said, oh, at least I pull unlike someone loudly. Like, she wants me to hear that. I'm like, what do you mean? But I hear that, but I don't do anything because what is it to do? And she's dragging it into the next day. Like, you can tell that she's mad. She's dragging it there's no reason to drag it into the next day, especially when I stop applying. Like, you're obviously still mad. You're acting like a guy, respectfully. And then yeah, so basically, it's just that for an entire period with Charlotte. Charlotte's not saying anything, but still though. So a couple hours later, I get home, I cook dinner, yada yada yada, and then I receive a text. Well, I receive a text. Hold on, let me look for this. From the group chat with just me and Charlotte. Bear with me. Okay, right. So, a couple hours later, after I finished making dinner, right, I received a couple texts from the group chat, right, and in the group chat, and again, I quote. Samantha says, nah, are you fucking serious? I will generally kill you. I'm being so dead ass. Motherfucking wannabe white boy. And Charlotte's like, Samantha. And then Samantha says, how are you black but not black? Call me fat knowing I have an eating disorder. Meaning me. Well, for the how are you black but not black? And she call me fat knowing I have an eating disorder. I'm confused because what do you mean? But she talked about my note on Instagram, and I said, I quote, why is Starving Whale talking shit? Now, this wasn't about her, but she took it as it was about her. And even if, what's the issue? Because you was talking shit. Even if it wasn't about you, you was talking shit in class. So why are you having an issue now? Especially when you was talking shit. But again, it wasn't about her, but she took it personally. And again, there was no names, no nothing. There's nothing to prove who it was about. So, Samantha says, okay, faggot ass, I will break your fucking neck, gay boy. Don't fucking test me. Watch your faggot ass mouth, you piece of fucking shit. I hope you drop the fuck dead. You fucking retard ass fucking cunt. And you're reported. And Charlotte says, guys, let's not go to death threats maybe. And then Samantha says, you're reported to the fucking principal for a fucking hate crime against my body and my mental health disorder, which is a hate offense. I will fucking fight you. And she says, faggot, step the fuck up. Step the actual fuck up. And I just leave 2 question marks because this is so random. This is random. And Samantha says, you stupid fucking whore. I'm done, you fucking cunt. Wanna act like you're all fucking innocent? I seen your note. And Charlotte says, all right, maybe we can talk about this. And then Samantha says, don't fucking fuck with me. Nah, bro. And I say, Samantha, I heard you talking shit in class. Again, it's not about, the note wasn't about her. But even if it was, don't talk shit. And then Charlotte says, let's choose peace today, por favor. And I'm like, honestly, and I say, honestly, Charlotte's right. And then Samantha says, so you call me a whale? Never fucking said your name, so. No, bro. Calling a girl with an eating disorder a whale, knowing I will relapse. I'm done, thank you. I'm like, oh God. And Samantha says, thank you for causing me to push my fingers down my throat and throw up everything I've eaten. And I reply, want to be white boy? Because I'm so confused by that. Because again, I just started, I'm so confused. This is so random. And then Samantha said, thank you. And, I leave 3 question marks. And Samantha says, thank you. And fucking thank you for causing me to relapse because your words fucking hurts, you piece of fucking shit. I hope you're fucking proud of yourself because your fucking mother would not be when she sees how you treat a woman with a mental health disorder. You stupid fuck. Call me a whale when I weigh 100 is crazy. Knowing that I could relapse. I hope you fucking die genuinely. You cunt. And I'm like, okay, well, don't talk smack about me in class. I don't appreciate it either. And then she says, I never said your name, faggot. And then I say, especially since it's the next day, because it doesn't make sense. You drank something, no. And then Samantha says, I said I'm annoying, it's my thing. And then I say, I quote, at least I poll, unlike someone, which refers to her, Samantha saying that. And I'm like, which you don't, but okay. And then I say, also, you realize you're using slurs, right? And then Samantha says, also, my mom got to school to contact your mother. Have fun being a disappointment. And that's where it ends. So, yeah, so at first I'm kind of on edge because this is so random. So too much. And again, she's called me a faggot. She's called me a whole bunch. She's saying she's gonna break my neck. Does she not realize how that sounds and looks to the school? Like, what do you can't be saying that, but also say that? No. And even if it wasn't about you, the note wasn't about you, right? So next day at school, right, I get called down 5th period, right, to the counselor's office. And the counselor says, Frank, is this you? And I'm like, yes, but that wasn't about Cheyenne. That wasn't about Samantha. That wasn't about the girl. That was about someone else. And then the counselor's like, oh, okay, because this doesn't sound like you, because it's not me. And at that point, and then the counselor said, just send me the screenshots of what Samantha said to you. And I'm like, okay, bet. So I send the screenshots, and then that's what assuming is done. Then we have break, 1 week break. So we go to break, and I'm enjoying my break, right? Because it's like it was midterms a week. So we go to break, right? And then I come back. I get called down to, what was it? The social worker. I get called on to the social worker. And then apparently my counselor gave the social worker all the messages. And again, because Samantha only showed the note which she claimed was about her. but she didn't show it. But Samantha didn't show anything else. Samantha just showed that with a little fragment and everything that happened. Like Samantha didn't show she only showed only that, and that's twisting a story to your own narrative. So, I talked to the social worker. Well, I mean, not even talked to the social worker. Like the social worker was too worried about her food. Truthfully, like I went in there. I'm like, do I take a seat? She's like, Like it looked like a scene from a movie. It was so useless because I got told nothing. The social worker because again, the social worker was too worried about her food, right? So from what I picked up is that the situation was done, and I'm like, well, from what I picked up, because the social worker really didn't say much. She just said, let's. I don't even know because she really didn't. She was worried about her food, truthfully. So that's what I picked up. That was done because there's nothing to go off of really. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I get called down later in the day to the school of someone's. I forget his name or his purpose, and then we talk about it. Well, not even talk about it. Just be like, yo, yeah, like they all say, I'm sorry that this happened to you because again, she was making death threats, saying I was a faggot, saying how I was black but not black. What is that supposed to mean? Again, come from her who has a racist past. She has a racist past, and it's called kids N-words before. Who are you to tell me what I am and am not? So, yeah, I get told. I get told by again. I don't know who's his position, but I get told that it's done. I don't even know. For the entire day, I go to different offices, and they all say, "Yo, it's done." But it's kind of useless because what do you like? It's stupid. Why do I need to go to so many offices, and they're all saying the same thing? But then a couple days later, now I received information from a friend. This friend is going to be named anonymous, but the friend tells me that Samantha contacted my teachers for English, which is the class that I have Samantha, right? And then in the email, it painted me as a bad guy. Like it showed the screenshot that the counselor had, but nothing else. Like, and then she basically tried to make me look like the bad guy, saying that, oh, how Frank made her relapse. I didn't make you relapse. No. She was saying, oh, how, and then just showed again that clip, but nothing else. And again, the clip wasn't about her. The note wasn't about her. It was, but yeah, she was making me look like a bad guy. So I emailed the teacher saying, yeah, no, that wasn't about her. And the fact that she's making this about making me look like a bad guy in front of the teacher, like that's one thing. Making me look like a bad guy in front of the teachers is a whole nother issue. Also, what are they gonna do about that? They're not gonna do anything about that. They make me look like the bad guy. They're not gonna do anything about that. Truthfully, like she's trying to get me kicked out. Like because she said that she would contact the principal, then the counselors, and then now she's contacting the teachers. Like you're trying to. No, there's no reason to. So, I go to a couple days later, I go to the assistant principals, finally the higher ups. And then she had me write, well, first off, this is the only, office that actually, does something and actually I get something out of it. So she's like, I can't tell you what's going to happen to her. Like they all say they're sorry because, she's calling me, Samantha's calling me a faggot, truthfully. A faggot and a whole bunch of other stuff. So then, the assistant principal's like, write me a report. And then I'm not going to tell you, and then she says, I'm not going to tell you what happens because it's student, parent, student confidentiality or whatever it's called. So I'm like, yeah, I know that. Yeah. So, a couple weeks later, I find out that she got suspended for 2 days because of what happened. So, yeah, fun. But like, I feel like that she really could have been suspended for more. Because again, she was threatening to break my neck and kill me. Like, you can't be saying that. You really can't. But yes, and now I still have class with her. So maybe this isn't the end. I don't know. I hope it's the end, but I just don't know. No. But yeah, thank you all. I hope you enjoyed this. Give me your thoughts, your opinions. I'll update you on what happens if anything happens. All right, Wazam, peace, love you, goodbye. Oh, and another one more thing I want to mention is that it's funny how she said that, how she took offense to me telling her friends, how I felt about her, right? But it turns out that she has a history of talking crap about people and starting rumors about people she doesn't like for no good reason. So what's the issue? It's karma, honestly. Like, why you start an issue with someone? You do one thing, but I can't do the same to you, especially with your friends. Like, I tell your friends. I don't tell random, but I tell your friends that, yo, I don't like it because, again, it's disrespectful to your friends. But she has an issue but it's not an issue when she does it. Make that make sense. Shall I mention she was calling me gay because I rejected her? Like, why call me gay when because I reject you? Really? Are you a guy? There's some nigga shit. There's some nigga shit here. Like, dude, you are ugly. You are not it. You are not it. You are not attractive. It's just baffling me. It's just crazy. Why you call me gay because I reject you? Really? Fuck. And the whole school knows this. The whole school knows this. You are not the prize. You are not her. You really aren't. Also, my mom did not give a